Welcome to Internet Marketing Trends for 2017. This is the final in a 5-part series. I'm Matt Weber, President and CEO of Roar Internet Marketing. Hope you enjoyed the previous videos and you got something worthwhile out of them. For our final trend that you're going to see in 2017, let's consult an expert, because when we look at the data, we conclude that Fred Barnard was right. Remember Fred? That's Fred there. You see, Fred is the person that most historians attribute the quote, "A picture is worth 1,000 words" to. In fact, most historians say the quote was probably actually "A picture is worth 10,000 words," given Fred's vocation. But the reason we know that this is going to become more true than perhaps ever before is about some of the trends we've discussed in previous years. And that is about the amount of data that is available to us as consumers and as businesses. So for the past few years, we've talked about this new phenomena of how much data is readily available to businesses and people, and the result is we're now all drowning in data, and consumers feel frustrated, they feel pressured, they feel overwhelmed by the amount of things that they can read. In fact, if I asked you what percentage of Americans say they check their email when they're in the bathroom, what would you say? Well, the answer is 42%. 42% of Americans say they check their email when they're in their bathroom. That's demonstrating unequivocally that we just cannot get away of things to take in. So what's going to happen now is this pendulum has swung so far in one direction, because every force has an equal and opposite reaction. And with that, we think that data visualization products will proliferate, data visualization productions, and your use of data visualization will proliferate in 2017. So here's what we mean by that. If you have some information, numerical information to communicate, instead of putting that in a table like you're doing now or like you did before, you're going to present that as a themed graph for people to take in. Here's an example of somebody simply showing the gender difference in different age groups. And you can see how much easier it is to find that data, to understand the data, than it is if this data was simply put in a table, which might have been our first instinct not too long ago. Now let's talk a little bit about what does this mean for the real user. Let's real world this for just a minute. Something as simple as timelines are data visualization. How many times have you gone to a website and you click on the About Us page and the narrative reads something like, "We were formed in 1993, in 1997 we merged with company XYZ, and in 1999 we launched product ABC, and in 2004 we moved locations and we rebranded as." The way to illustrate that in 2017 is going to be through a timeline that I think you've seen examples of. So graphically illustrating that, and maybe it's even possibly animated so that if I click on one of those individual elements, I can get the amount of detail that I want, rather than making me as a user read through the whole thing. Maps are a very simple and effective form of data visualization. You've gone to websites and they say, well, we serve Seminole County, Orange County, Volusia County, Lake County, Osceola County. A more effective way to say that in 2017 is through the use of a map. Maybe you've gone to a website about the team page or meet the team page, and they talk about the different things that their team's experienced in. Think of a pie chart that could be shown and says 40% of our team members have more than 5 years experience, and 20% of our team members have more than 10 years experience. Ways to graphically represent that experience rather than saying it through words. So there's lots of ways that we can visualize data, and even great tools out there that help us do this. There's a free tool, Google Charts, phenomenal tool, doesn't cost you a thing. Of course, it's going to help you a little bit, and if you're really good at Google Sheets, then Google Charts is going to be really helpful for you. And it's got its limitations, but it's a great first place to turn when you're thinking about more data visualization in your messaging. Now, the other end of that spectrum is a product called Domo, which costs upwards of $10,000, and it does a lot of things other than data visualization. But I wanted to give you a sense of the appetite that some people have for this, that they're buying a product that expensive. And kind of in the middle is a unique product called Tableau, which again helps with data visualization, turning numbers into stories. 3 really good products, and Google Charts is a good starting point to get there. And here at Roar, we're launching our own data visualization product called Smilelytics, where we're converting your website performance data into memorable photographs. It is the easiest and most enjoyable way to monitor the performance of your website. And you can find more about that at smilelytics.com. And that's a data visualization example. But remember, data visualization isn't limited to just charts or images. Video is now a growing part of data visualization. And you've probably noticed, if you're a Facebook user, that Facebook video posts have increased 94% per year. Almost your feed is probably cluttered now with videos. But what's interesting about the videos that you see on Facebook is that 85% of the Facebook videos are viewed without sound. So we have to find a new word, I think, a new word to describe a video without sound. Now, remember, we used to call them silent films way, way back. So we're going to have to come up with a new word. But this is a form of data visualization, are those videos that you've seen all over social media. Well, how do you produce those? There's a couple great tools out there, some of them relatively inexpensive, .sub.com, rev.com, closedcaptionmaker.com for a really, ccmaker.com for a really simple way to turn videos into something that doesn't require sound, which then makes them really effective elements of data visualization. So there are tools out there, and people are already embracing this trend of data visualization. So our final trend for 2017 is very simple. As you think about content for the web in 2017, don't write it, show it. And that's a paradigm shift for a lot of people. Okay, now that you've learned another trend, and hopefully all of our trends for 2017, it's time again to ask yourself, is your internet strategy behind or ahead of the curve? And you can find out with a free consultation here at Roar. You can sign up on this page. And in that consultation, you'll find out which of the trends that we've talked about in this series are likely to most negatively impact you in 2017. And more importantly, what are the resources you need to get ahead of that curve? We've all felt behind at one point or another with the internet moving so quickly. Here's your chance to get ahead to this free consultation. It's easy, it's free, and it will take about 35 to 45 minutes of your time. Sign up right here. Plus, if your internet strategy happens to include Google AdWords, you may qualify for $250 in free AdWords advertising through this consultation. So sign up today. Hope you've enjoyed the series. Sign up for your free consultation today. Thanks for watching.